Black coffee with cinnamon and honey. Don't get no better than that. So the reason I titled this video that the warning for all men and is because I see it so often to the point that I've been down the rabbit hole. I see my younger brother down the rabbit hole. I see guys I used to work with in the military down the same rabbit hole. And I just feel like we all need to wake up real quick. So this is how we're going to fix this. In my opinion, some of the things that is going on with men that is wrong and evil and corrupt, and some of it's government, but a lot of it is laziness. A lot of it is lack of connection, things like that. So let's start the first part of the segment, and that is lack of connection. So the reason I say that there is a lack of connection is because men are no longer getting a connection with each other. There's a certain bond that men give each other. That's why there's a woman's Bible study and a men's Bible study oftentimes at churches, because women bring a certain amnesty about them, have a certain amnesty about them, and men have a certain presence about them as well. And when we are around each other, we naturally have this bond. Now, there are people who say, especially in the younger ages, when I was a child, well, I only like hanging around women. Well, I did too, bro. I was young. My flesh talked often. So I wanted to hang around women. But there is a connection that men get that, don't get me wrong, you're never going to put that connection over your wife, but there's a connection that men have, and we need to get that connection back. The way we get that connection back is through things like this. I got notes because I'm not the smartest man on earth. All right, so the way we get that connection back, in my opinion, is hunting, fishing, struggle, faith. Remember, just go to church. Love the Lord. Find other people who love the Lord. It will bring the biggest connection back to men. And hopefully those men want to go hunting. So now you're talking about Jesus. You're hunting together. You're fishing together. And you're going through like life's struggles together with your boys, right? Military, the brotherhood, the infantry. Like, there's other jobs in the military. You don't always have to be the infantry. But hear me out. My great-granddad was a boxer in the United States Army. He was something like that. I can't exactly remember. Nathaniel Anderson, an amazing man. And I believe he's still alive to this day. We haven't heard from him in a while. But he's an amazing man. And he told me all about the brotherhood and how the military brought people together of all races, gender. He had went to the military, and there was people who had never even seen a black man in real life. And I found that hilarious because I was like, we're not rare. We live in the U.S. And so I had the exact same experience with one of my buddies named Mary. He's like, until I joined the military, my town was so small, I had really never seen black people other than on television. And I just found that hilarious that I could have the same connection as my granddad. And me and Merritt were good buddies. Why? Because we were in the military. We're going through a struggle together. And his color didn't matter. My color didn't matter. None of it ever does. And the people who say it matters are just trying to feed their agenda. Now, we need to start building bonds again with the brotherhood through Jesus, guns, living off the land in hard times. Now, we live in America. It's kind of hard to find times that can be extremely hard, but you can do things that are hard. Go to the gym together, Navy SEAL fake practicing, go on a land nav, go hunting, go walking the woods for 3 days. Challenge yourself. Be a dang on man. It's not always going to be easy, and nobody said it would be. That's why it's called hard times, not fun times. Fun times are with your wife and your children. Hard times are with your boys, and fun times. But you can have your hard times with your boys or alone, and I promise you it will bring a connection like never before. Often connections fade with the common 9 to 5. So, a lot of men are stuck in this 9 to 5 rut and they can't get out of it. And they have these fake connections, these connections of, well, we work together, so we have to communicate. You don't have to have those fake connections. You can ask that coworker out to lunch to get to know that person more. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So talk a little less and get to know the other person. And then maybe 2, 3 lunches from then, they'll ask you more questions about you. And it's a real connection rather than these fake, vague 9 to 5 connections where nobody really cares about each other. We're just there to work, right? Now, the reason why we're losing so much of these connections is through social media. Things like, hear me out, And I call it zombies. I put zombies down here. We become manless sperm carrying zombies because we need Tinder, video games, bars, porn all to escape the real world. I'm just being honest. We are always trying to, how do I get out the real world? I can't stay here for too long. I don't want to, and that's not where it's at, bro. Just take that L on top of the face. Just slam that L in your face. Take that loss. And I promise you it will make you a better man in the long run. The thing about it is we are afraid to take a loss. So we run to all these things. You think porn, let me tell you right now, you're not the guy having sex with the beautiful woman. You're not. You're the guy sitting down on your couch watching the man have sex with a woman while masturbating. While the girl 3 doors down from you is begging to be wifed up. She cooks, she cleans, she's a country girl. She don't post on social media all day 24/7, no half naked pics. She's ready to go. But you're too caught up in your lust and the fantasy of having sex with an imaginary woman that you know you couldn't get. You know why? Because she don't like men who masturbate on a couch all day. The video game, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with video games, but come on. Some of us aren't making money on those video games. Yet we're playing 20 hours a day, sleeping 4. Gotta go to work, get up 2 hours before you gotta go to work, play some more video games. I'm just saying, man. Think about it. It's not the real world, and it is all a fake connection, you know. Me and gamertag 6953056, infantry killer, we're best buds. No, you're not. You guys are best buds via the video game. In real life, you don't know each other in any way, shape, or form. So get out there and make real connections. There's this lack of fulfillment in men who don't make full connections, and that leads to things like suicide. And that's why I think men's suicidal rate has increased so much in the recent years. It's sad, especially for all my military people out there. Much love to the families who've lost anybody to suicide. God bless, and you're always in me and my wife's prayers. Yeah, let's get to the second topic, which is men are too comfortable. Okay. The average man is overstimulated, accustomed to social media, living through the stories of others. There's nothing wrong with watching a YouTube video about how to, because you're learning something. But when you start watching YouTube videos of somebody else walking the streets of a country that you want to go to, instead of buying the ticket and going yourself, you're losing it, my dude. You are losing it, and we are losing you. So we need to get you back to reality ASAP. Okay, stop living through the lens of other people. Stop being so comfortable. Most men are at all times pretty, well-dressed, trying to make sure that they look good at every second of the day, showering 3 times a day, taking in all those fake chemicals, because we just gotta look good, right? Be a man. Be dirty sometimes. Nothing wrong with it. You're made out of dirt. The good Lord made you out of dirt. So be a little dirty sometime. The average man's chasing brand names, cars, and working a job he hates. Why? Just so he could buy more stuff that he does not need. Listen, I'm not perfect. I fall into the same category all the time. Everything that I'm saying, I can fall into as well. And all the successful people who you think are successful due to their worldly successes fall into it as well. The thing about it is, most people can realize it. Most people cannot realize it. And so they continue to go down the rabbit hole, boom, 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 hitting bricks along the way, and then ending up a failure in their 50s. And now they want to start a business. Now they want to be active. Now they have a whole bunch of life lessons to give you. See where I'm going here? Get out there and do something. Stop being so dang uncomfortable. Men afraid to work out or learn new skills because they're afraid to fail. That's because you're too dang uncomfortable. Lastly, on the comfortability, I'm gonna bring it again using sports, video games, social media, porn, and OnlyFans. again, while sitting on the couch pretending to be the guy winning in life. This, again, is how society collapses. Men are too comfortable. Get out there and do something hard. All right? Let's get to that third topic. The average testosterone levels have lowered. So, testosterone on average used to be 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. I don't know what a deciliter is exactly, but 1,000 of them, 1,000 nanograms in a deciliter sounds good, because now it is 300 to 700 nanograms per deciliter. And the reason I'll put 300 to 700 is because some people were really generous in their studies. I looked up about 40 studies. Nobody said 700. Everybody said about 660, 670, 680. So I just said 700 to round it up. But most was between 2 to 4, like 290-ish. So that's the 300 mark, to like 400. You know why? Because you're bathing in these dang on chemicals all day, 24/7. Stop showering every day. I'm just gonna say it. If you go out and sweat, get a cold towel. Chemicals don't stay on a cold towel as bad. Underarms, your neck region, your face, your private area, your feet, and anywhere that collapses. So that'd be right here, the part where behind your knee, behind your ears, your belly button, closed spaces. Get them, call it a day. That's all you need to do. So let's see the benefits of high testosterone, right? Okay. Benefits of high testosterone: more masculine. I mean, you're going to be chest out like this. You know, this doesn't mean you need to have an ego, dude. Chill. You know what I'm saying? You know, chest out, walking shoulders back. I'm a real man. I'm a real man. No, you don't have to say that all day, 24/7. Your posture, the way you act, that high testosterone will do it for you. You don't even have to say it. So, more masculine. Increase muscle mass. Although you might not want to admit it, you wish you were a little bit muscular. Whether it's small muscle, big muscle, buff muscle, steroid muscle, you wish you were. So don't even deny it. Don't deny it. Increase facial hair. High sex drive, more motivation. High sex drive. I think that's why the no nut November is such a big thing. And I'm sorry for saying nut. It's the only word I could think of. To no ejaculation November. No ejaculation November is such a big thing. It's because you need to do sperm retention every now and then. But most of y'all, it don't matter. You don't even want to have sex anyway. You know why? Low testosterone. Because if you had high testosterone, high sex drive. Okay, the downfalls of low testosterone: depression, fatigue, low confidence, low sex drive, low ambition. Sounds like a gamer boy to me. Not all. There's people like PewDiePie. He's in good shape. He started off as a gamer, now he lives in Japan. He's in good shape. Shout out to PewDiePie. Cool videos, by the way. But there's other people who, you know who I'm talking about, as fat as a house, sits down, but he's a 2K savage. So you still put him on your team. You don't want to play with him. You don't have any conversation outside of real life with him. Anyway, I want you guys to take, while we're still on testosterone levels, look at the men before us. Most of the men in their 20s already had a home, buying a home, had a wife, and were raising children, starting businesses, working manual labor jobs, digging into the earth, sweating every day to provide for their family. While men today seem to be spineless wimps. I mean, sissy boys. Lady boys, like they say in Thailand. I'm a lady boy. That's what y'all are. Well, that's what we are, because I live in today's day and age too. Good night. Sad day. Men today are being drowned with estrogen-laced products. I mean, everything from your shampoo. Check out your shampoo. It should be like 3 ingredients in your shampoo. To your beard care. Most beard care has soy oil in it. They think they're slick because they know you're too lazy to check the back of the ingredients. Or sometimes it says, call this number if you want to know what's in your thing. You won't call the number. I'll call it for you. You weak, spineless wimp. So they're spineless wimps taking in estrogen all day. The high estrogen causes men to take on more feminine traits. I didn't say that. A scientist said that. Multiple scientists said this. With the modern diet being BPA plastic, well, it's BPA, so it's a thicker plastic, so I don't have to. It's reusable. No, it's not. I like rock climbing. When I go rock climbing with other people, they have these plastic water jugs, and I mean, hot as all get out in Arizona when we were doing some free climbing. And I mean, you mean to tell me that heat is not melting some of that plastic into your water? And you're like, man, that's crazy. That's a nice Yeti. I bet that was expensive. Yeah. I'll pay $130 for a gallon Yeti to make sure I'm drinking clean water that's not BPA infused. Anyway, average diet, BPA plastic, alcohol, sugar, and soy. Those four. BPA plastic, alcohol, sugar, and soy. And it's in almost everything. Now, this is coming from somebody who tries diets. I've tried the vegan diet. I was extremely healthy on it. The reason why I found out was because I was not taking in a dramatic amount of soy products. Every now and then, I would have a California roll with sushi. Well, from sushi. With sushi? Sushi. I don't know how that rolls. But anyway, I would have a California roll, a little bit of soy sauce. Apparently, fermented soybeans are okay. That's what scientists say. I still wouldn't trust it too much because they be lying. So, yeah, beer bellies and dad bods are the new normal. And the thing is, they wanted to normalize it so much they made your favorite celebrity say, oh, I love dad bods. I love a man with a beer belly. Masculine men don't walk around with beer bellies or dad bods. Not unless your job is to be a power lifter. Now that's because they're overeating. The moment they stop powerlifting, you notice most of those people snatch right back up, still as strong as an ox. I'm just saying, bro, your beer belly is from beer, soy. You're turning into a woman. You're holding on to fat. That's what estrogen helps women do, just in case they want to have a baby. So you ever see those CrossFit women, just know that they're running testosterone up their butts at a high level. All right, let's get to the next topic. Lack of values. So the lack of values is real. We got rid of Bibles in public school because, hey, we hate God, right? We no longer hold doors for women, children, or elderly. I've been on buses in Chicago. I mean, just watching people not get up at all. Hey, excuse me, ma'am, you want to take my seat? Oh, and then they give you a stink eye. He think he better than me because he gave his seat up. No, that's what I was taught to do. And if I didn't do it, I'd get my butt beat as a child. You see what I'm saying? We've lost these morals. These are simple morals. It's not like I'm asking you to give your kidney to anyone who wants a kidney. Well, you only need one lung, so give the other lung away. Nobody's saying that. But you can't take seconds out of your day to hold a door, to get up so someone of older age or a woman can sit down because you don't care. And this is why the feminist movement was able to jumpstart so much because, well, they want to be like men, so I'm going to stop holding the door for them. Nope, hold the door even more then. And if they want to do no, I don't need a man to hold the door for me. Okay, cool. I identify as a woman and still hold the door. What? Play their game with them. We are told that we will own nothing and be happy. That is where the U.S. is trying to take us. They want you to rent everything. Rent everything. Don't buy a house. Why buy a house when you can live right downtown? With their evil chuckle, evil laugh, because they know that we will not stand up against it. You will own nothing and be happy? You mean to tell a man that you're going to do everything for me? No, thank you. Less government, more freedom, more guns, more ammo. Mine, not yours. That's how it should be. Tell the government go kick rocks with their satanic agenda. Anyway, we lost our true freedom of speech. The moment we kicked off President Trump, off Twitter, and everybody should have deleted their Twitter. Instead, we said, well, I still want to use Twitter. I still want to see half-naked girls on Twitter. I still want to watch porn on Twitter. You know, perverts, maps, minor attracted people, they have a Twitter. These people want to rape your children and say, well, it's not rape, bro. I'm just attracted to people who are younger than me. But that's okay. But President Trump calling out ex-President Trump calling out somebody's mishaps, where people are messing up, where other countries are trying to get over on us, illegal immigration, things like that, that is wrong. But Maps is okay. Al-Qaeda, they can keep their Twitter account open. Afghan soldiers who want to kill Americans, they can keep their Twitter open. But President Trump cannot. Sorry, ex-President Trump cannot. Even though technically he's still your president. You know, if you want to be realistic here, because Joe Biden's not a president, he's a dummy. That's the only way to put it. Like, I don't mean dumb as in his intellectual, whatever. Let's get back to the thing, because I'll go on a rant with that. Allow women to be beaten in public while we record on our $900 phones. This is the lack of values. Just think of that. We live in a first world country. A woman's getting attacked on a train, and your excuse is, I don't know if the person got a gun or not, but I'll record it. And you don't even record it like a real man. Hey man, can you stop? Nope. You do the side chest. And I'm not looking, I'm not recording. I'm just on my phone because you're weak. Men used to bond together, and that man would get destroyed. Even if he had a gun, before he was able to get his gun, he'd be half knocked out. He might even be beaten to death for touching a woman. I don't care if it's New York or Chicago or California, 3 disgusting states. Don't get me wrong, beautiful downtown areas, but very disgusting states. And they don't care about people in those states. But as a man, you should care. And I promise you right now, as a man, if you stand up, other men will stand up. But the thing is, nobody wants to be a leader anymore. A group of sissy boys. That's how we'll put it. But it's a real lack of values, and it's sad. Always chasing some type of high to escape the world. We already talked about that, but man, I just put that in here. In every category, I put it in here. Because that's how we run away from our values. We have forgotten God, the Bible, and the Holy Spirit. Don't want none of it. We don't want Jesus in our life, none of it. We are single, lonely losers with no money because we're paying. Trust me, I know. I was a single man. When I was single, I made more money when I was single than I do now married, right? But when I was single, I was living paycheck to paycheck. You know why? Because I'm spending it to impress other people. There's a saying, you're not who I think you are, you're not who you think you are who you think other people think you are. So wait, who does he think I am? He saw me in a nice car last time. Maybe I should drive another nice car instead of just being realistic. Hey man, it was rented. Yeah, no. So you spend money on trying to impress other people so that they can keep an image of you up in their head. Same people who will forget you 2 weeks after you die, 3 months after you die. People won't even remember your name. In 5 years, you will fade off and be nothing but a distant memory. And guess what? This flat earth that we're on, the sun will keep coming up and going down. Yes, I said flat earth because I believe the earth is flat. Biblically speaking, I'm just saying. Anyway, no money, no ownership, no meaningful relationships, no faith, no connections, and no respect. I honestly think no faith and no respect are the 2 biggest things. I come from Chicago, in the ghetto of Chicago. You'll get killed for disrespecting somebody. So you have to learn real fast. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Unless you wanted somebody else's parent dragging you by your neck to your house and then asking for permission to beat your butt. And I was only born in the 1990s. I guess it's just different in the hood. But the hood's changed a lot since I was there as well. It's disgusting now. So their respect thing was really high. And faith was really high too. We were wannabe thugs, but we were definitely at church every Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Bible study on Wednesday, choir on Thursdays, and Sunday school, and a 6 to 8 hour church. And we might go to a visiting church at night on the west side. From the south side to the west side, we were always traveling back and forth. And this is the ghetto of Chicago. I'm talking Long and Chicago Avenue, Laramie and Ferdinand, 56 Plina. If you know anything about 56 to like 61st, man, somebody help me. I was tired of fighting. Don't get me wrong, I like fighting, but I was tired. But nobody cares. Anyway, we are selfish. Everything today that men do today is to satisfy our evil flesh. That's why we won't marry the girl. We'll just be with her for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. And then finally, well, now that my money's right, I'll propose. Your money will never be right enough to propose. Just do it. It costs $200 to go down to the courthouse. Some states even cheaper. You give her a ring later on down the life if you can. If she's a good woman, she'll understand. Me personally, I don't do rings. I never wear my ring. It will be lost. I'm always doing something stupid, playing around in the woods, playing around outside, throwing up kids at gymnastics. Like, I'm always doing something wild. Things would be lost. Now, my wife, on the other hand, she deserves the rock. She's beautiful. So one day we're gonna give her crazy rock. But right now, we both are too athletic and wild, so we just have the rubber ones. It's just not, it's not a necessity. It's just to impress others as well. It means nothing. Nothing. So I said it, but we want to indulge in our flesh and say, well, you know, something better might come along. It never will, bro. Because you can be together with somebody for 10 years, and the moment you marry her, you're going to find out something. The next day, it's just something about marriage that is different from a relationship. It's not the same in any way, shape, or form. Okay? And this is my second marriage, so I know. All right, trust a man who's on 2, and I'm only 26, 27, 28, one of those. I'm on 2. But this one's not going nowhere because now this one has the foundation of Jesus Christ, and that's what makes the difference rather than the foundation of lust. You hear me? We hate our own country, our own leaders, our own culture, and our own history. We hate the one true God that gave us everything that we have. You know how all of our money says, in God we trust. I think we should say, in Jesus Christ we trust. Because God is too vague. Some of these people are, God's the universe crying down from the river, begging us to take care of the environment. Shut up. Go home. Seek help. You need Jesus. Because that's not who God is. God is the Father, His Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. They are one. They've been on this earth. They made the earth. They made everything on the earth. Every creeping and crawling thing was the creation of Jesus Christ. God, the Holy Spirit. And that's what we need to get back to. Instead of hating our country. And the reason they hate our country is because they hate Jesus. You know, just being honest. They hate Jesus. The country, all of our money says, in God we trust. We know what God they're talking about, God of the Bible. Judeo-Christian values is what America was built on. Why do they hate Jesus? Don't know. Don't care. But every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. We want to destroy our society in the hopes of building some brand new fake society. Something new. It's the hope of something new. Where the people who were oppressed are now the oppressors. As if people don't know that slavery was just a real thing back in the day. Everybody did it. I mean, it didn't matter what your color was. And if you want to be honest, the 400, quote unquote, 400 years of slavery, because I don't know if it was a real 400. Sorry, 400. Hood came out. I don't know if it was a real 400 or not. But I will tell you this. Ever since rap music, 1980s or whatever, and forward, that we have lost more people due to the monetization of rap music and being pushed to the forefronts and this disgusting gender and rape this, have sex with this, shoot this, kill this, we've lost more people of color than we ever did during slavery time. I'll say it. I firmly believe that. I don't have the statistics written down. I didn't research that part. I just came up with that off the top of my head. I believe that. I firmly do. There's no way. Heck, Quavo just died. No, sorry. Offset just died. Another rapper. This is a famous rapper, so it's going to be pushed to the forefront. But that's an every weekend in Chicago type thing. I mean, every weekend in Chicago, some young black man loses his life at a dice game. Loses his life at a dice game, at a skating rink, at a club. That's what happens. That's the reality of these blue states. I'll say it. Somebody has to. Go to Chicago and get in an argument with somebody. You might die. It's not worth it. Your ego is too big. Chill. And you're not famous, so you probably won't get any street coverage. You won't get any news coverage because they don't care. You're not going to be posted on Black Lives Matter's website because it has to be done by a white person to be posted on their website. Even though every weekend we kill each other. Anyway, we need Jesus. God bless America. That is all I have on that note. But because I'm a Christian man, I have to leave you with this. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 11 says this. Please listen to me, men. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. That is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. Eventually, you will have to put away the things of your childhood. It is not fun. It's not meant to be fun. You're becoming a man. And with the becoming of a man, there has to be this standard of want. What do you want? What are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? Now that you know what you want and what you're willing to sacrifice, go do it. And while doing it, keep the Bible and Jesus at the forefront of your life. I'm not saying God. I'm not saying the universe, spirituality. Jesus Christ. Find yourself a Bible, King James, New King James. And if you can read Hebrew or Greek, find it in those. Find that Bible, read it. Even if you don't do it every day, read it as much as possible. You're not a pastor. These words will be written on your heart. They will become the norm when you want to do evil. Like myself, for instance, I used to be a male dancer. When I see women, my brain often thinks, I could have sex with her if I want to. It's not the lifestyle I live anymore. And so I always hear this thought, O ye adulterous generation. I don't know exactly where that is in the Bible. I just hear it. And I go, ooh, I don't want to be that adulterous generation. Not I. And I forgot I had another verse for y'all. This is Psalms chapter 1, verses 1 through 3. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doeth he meditate day and night. You have to meditate on God day and night. Don't just pray in the morning and at night. This is an all-day thing. When you see the trees outside, God, thank you for these beautiful trees. Your kids are healthy. Thank you for their health. Your kids are unhealthy. Lord, I know that you can bring them out of this. And he shall be like a tree. This is verse 3. This is the best part. The best part. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Find what you want. Go after what you want. Keep the Bible at the forefront, and you will be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, so that whatever you do will prosper. Much love. Sorry that the video is so long. I had a lot to go over. I'll try to add some things in here. The description is going to just say comment, like, and subscribe if that's what you want to do. If not, I don't care. I'm just here to help men and women be better. And at the end of it all, make sure that it ties in biblically. God bless you. I love you. Like and subscribe if you want to. And I have a Patreon account as well. If you want to go to my Patreon to give me speech classes because I don't know how to talk, that'd be awesome as well. If not, again, God bless. I'll be praying for you and your family. Have a good day. Bye.